Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing pretty good here on this fine Saturday morning. Figured we got some a decent amount of haylage that we're gonna have to do. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 84 all in hay right now. So we are gonna do us some. We're gonna go ahead and get us some hay knocked out and do this until the spring comes, and we're gonna plant some soybeans. It's I feel like our audio is a little bit loud. Let's go ahead and oops. How's everybody doing today? Hi there, Kiani, IP Farms, and Diesel Power. Hope you're all doing pretty good today. One of those implements that's just nearly not wide enough to be able to do a full turn on itself with this tractor. I'm doing pretty fine, Kiani. Doing good. Y'all got any good weekend plans? Nah, I'm pretty confident this mower is to be pulled backwards. That's why it's got the brake lights right there and your turn signals right there. I mean, it can be pulled from the front, but oh, hello there, Trent T. See here, watch. There's the brake lights. You wouldn't have a brake light on a front-mounted implement. Like I said, it can definitely be used on the front, but Yeah, me too. I hear you. Be totally honest with you, I was hoping I was gonna be able to utilize the 561 for this little haylage run here, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be quite ready. So see here, I may be wrong, but I gotta do some research here. Yeah, all of my the I think you can do it either way, but everything I've looked up so far here on the this mower, everybody's got 'em being pulled on the rear. I mean, I think there's definitely an argument to be made. Like, would you rather run over um, the grass or would you rather run over the hay? Let's see here. Hello, Tom Scollins. And by the way, Cater, how are we doing today? Here. See, this is all where, like, if it was supposed to be front mounted, I think we'd have lights for the front, and our brake light wouldn't show up on the front. But it's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll do this field front facing anyway. Hey there, Austin. I hear you on the baler. I'm doing pretty good. Hope everybody's taking time to watch the two YouTube things I posted here lately. The one on the S700 and then the little short that we did. I thought it was pretty funny, but um, I'm pretty happy. We just surpassed 7,000 followers on the YouTube. So thank you all for the support on that. Yes, the big case planner is going to come to 25. Um, I don't think that one's going to be coming out super quick. I don't think with the maps that we have currently, I think it'd be a little bit overkill. So I think we're holding off on that one. We'll probably bring in the 2150s first. So that's exciting. I apologize there, Thomas. I thought I said Thomas. I say Tom, but I apologize for that. Yes, series will be, which was always kind of figured. There's probably going to be a couple converts done before the baler came out, just because yeah, we get a little bit tricky. I mean, all of our previous mods on 22 are out, so anybody can convert them, but then we end up with crappy converts. So, whereas if we spend a little bit more time in doing the converts ourselves, they will be quality converts, and then they'll be on the mod hub and everything. So, um, focus went to that right now. But thank you very much, Kiani. Yeah, I'm ready to have the planners back in. We may or may not have already have it in game right now. There's some things that we got to tweak, but uh, I would definitely look to be seeing the 2150 soon. So I guess catered back to you, your thing. Our first new mod going to Mod Hub will more than likely be the 561, but converts will be the first thing. Austin, I've been pretty good. Thank you for asking. Been a little bit busier trying to work on and figure out how to do our long form videos. So that's why I've not done a live here in about a week now. I was really focusing on getting that S700 video out. Um, thought thought that one turned out pretty good. Not gonna be able to make that one. Um, Kiani, so we have a group of four of us that are all working within custom modding for right now. So it is a team effort, and that's why I believe that we are able to push out some of the highest quality mods out there. Uh, so we're gonna have the 2150s coming out, which were the obviously the 30, the 40, and the 60 foot configurations. You know, your 12 row, 16 row, and 24 row, and then we'll have the 2160 planter, which their current plan for that is to be a 90-foot planter, so a 36 row, 30-inch planter. Yeah. So I think whenever we get our 2000 series planters back out, you'll have that 12 and 12 and 16 row. So it should have our good intermediate options. Yeah, I think now we've had this conversation a couple times. You know, uh, the in game stuff I feel like was very very lacking. I did appreciate the fact that they did more crops, so you can do carrots and peas and green beans and all that stuff. But the standard tractors and implements and stuff, I still feel like we're lacking. But what I am curious to see is how much of it that they're holding to do DLC with too. Hello there, Donald Severson. Um, so the combine should be soon. They got put in for testing for the mod hub, but I don't know if you guys all saw, but Giants is no longer putting out a timetable of whenever mods are going to be finished or the testing process or anything like that. So um, we aren't aware how close it is, if it's pending, when it's in queue or anything like that. So it'll probably get dropped, and you guys are going to know probably about the same time we know whenever it's going to be dropped. I don't think we're going like those combines aren't Hilco combines, so we won't see that at first. Yeah. What still kills me is their plows and subsoilers. Ooh, I think I may need to run that one a little bit longer. Um, Not at all. The S series combines aren't. They have their special versions with Hilcos. We did not create the that version of Hilco for the S series combines. I can't say that's something that we're not going to do in the future, but it would be an entirely different mod than the standard S series combines, because combines like that have self leveling sieves. So instead of, because the hills that it's facing aren't as severe as what you would need for like an actual Hilco combine. So in the real world, all of your leveling and everything is done with inside the combine itself. So I don't foresee us like that. That's not going to be a change that just gets made on those right now. Yeah, I am too, Cater. And I wonder if it's not because alfalfa, in the actuality of it, is a little bit more difficult to figure out and do for them. Um, but it'd be a much nicer thing because you have grass, and then if you had alfalfa with your grass mixture, I mean, your hay would be worth more, the silage would be worth more, the cattle would eat it better. Um, but yeah, good morning there, Lanny. Hope we're doing good. I agree on the chisels. It'd be nice. Uh, Really, I wish like the chisels would be plows in the game, right? I don't know why they're set to cultivators. Or here's the better thing. So we have our adjustable, like we have our cultivators now, and you can do a shallow cultivation and you can do a light cultivation. I mean, a deep cultivation. Well, the chisel plow should be set up to where they do either deep cultivation or in a plow state. I think that'd be a decent compromise if they want the chisel plows to be more of a quote unquote cultivator. Oh, Jesse, how are you doing today? Oh, there, Robert. Thank you very much for the love. I'll let the rest of the team know. We had the high-speed disc there on 22. Be curious to see how the game, because it's not really deep enough to be a plow ride or a subsoil or anything like that. So I don't think it would do the work for the depth wise of what a chisel plow does. Doing a new 9R series. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Um, I'm really curious to see what direction we want to go here in 25. You know, you guys know I'm still a personal fan of anything red, so. But what combine harvester am I talking about? Um, I guess what I'm using right now would be the S700 series that we have. I'll probably end up cutting the soybeans that I end up planting. I guess I haven't made my mind up if I'm going to plant soybeans or if I'm going to plant corn. I think corn is probably the route I want to go down on this playthrough. But I'll use an S700 series combine that we've got. Let's see here. No, so we did not have a 2410. We had the Case 9, the Tiger Mate is what we had on there. Yeah, I hope with the one thing I'd like to do for us to do, and we'll see what everybody else has to say. But we'll have the 250 series combines. I'd really like for us to do the 260 series combines and then do the AF9 and the AF10. Since the base game is obviously the 11, there's two other subset of combines that Case H has that I feel like we should bring into the game. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I know which one you're talking about there, Cater, with the plow. But unfortunately, it just wasn't a. Not unfortunately, it just wasn't a custom modding mod. And yes, diesel power definitely needs some larger maps soon. I'd really like to do a whole video series of a larger map, like instead of doing a live, do a YouTube series. That'd be what my plan is going to be. Yeah, Trent, I know what we were talking about. How doesn't I can't remember the degree angle it's supposed to be, um, but it's not forward enough to where you can see it easily. Yeah. I mean the European map is a little bit more open, and I guess it's probably more American than honestly the American map. Uh, but that being said, I mean I still don't hate this map. I'm still having fun with it. But it would be nice to get a good 4x map to. Let's see here. A good 4x map to be able to open up and use some larger equipment. But with the equipment that we have now, though, golly, could you imagine doing a 4x map? Hi there, Nathan. How are we doing today, man? I do agree. The spout's definitely not far enough. And honestly, you would think that the change would be pretty simple and easy to make. I'm curious to see how modders will handle that, like other people are going to be able to handle that, because some parts of it you kind of have to run the rule of the way Giants has everything set up, but we'll see. Yep, I remember what I was going to do now. 9.6. I guess what part of the animation are you talking about, Cater? Because the corn head that I was running, I mean, the gathering chains and everything were running and working. I think this hay's going to make them pretty good. Um, I'm gonna have to take a look at some of my recordings because I could have swore that whenever. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna look at my video here real quick of what I did on the combine. You're probably right. I just didn't recall it being a lack of animation there, Cater. Um, so I guess looking at it, Cater, if you can, like, if you watch the combine, the ears are still going through the auger up to the combine head. So at least it did for me on the Gearinghoff, the 12 row. I don't know if maybe some different rows or different heads are not correct. Nathan, Leah, I'm just one of the contributing members. I'm kind of a little bit more behind the scenes, so you probably haven't seen my name or anything. And to be honest with you, I think we're probably gonna keep it that way for now. Um, I really hope we're gonna bring the Slurry Boss to FS25. I think our plan is going to be doing a lot of converts over to it. And I definitely agree there, Jesse, on having row crop tire configurations. Like, I'm glad we have our thin tire configuration, but I hate the clamp rims. Like, give me actual duals instead. I guess I don't really know why the clamp style is more preferred over in Europe as far compared to like the actual hub style of the US. I don't know if anybody in the comments can explain that why it's the difference between the two, but it drives me a little bit crazy, honestly. At least the peas, like a pea contract, it isn't as bad as like the potato contracts, in my opinion. Potato and beets, because like that stuff just seems to take forever, and you're constantly filling it up. Like at least with peas, you can just keep running and running and running, and you're not going to fill up very quick. But I personally love. I guess the question is what do I think about FS25? I love FS25. Um, I think there's been a lot of stuff that makes the gameplay better on my end. Obviously, we're missing a lack of equipment, um, but I think the ground deformation, the state that it's currently in, I'm a big fan of. Um, I don't want it to be, over the top like a Motor Runners or anything. I kind of like where it's at now. Um, would probably like to see it maybe be a bit more permanent, where like your ruts don't go away and there's a little bit more crop destruction with it. Like if you plant over top deep ruts, like obviously nothing's going to yield there or anything. Um, but aside from that, no, I'm a big fan of 25. And I guess I probably need to start doing a little bit better job of whenever I get asked questions on chat. I should probably repeat that question because I am cross streaming between Twitch and YouTube, and then obviously it's going to go live, so people are going to have to look back and try to figure out what the heck I'm actually talking about. So I apologize, guys. I will do my best to be better at that. But as far as the hub side of adding on different pieces of equipment, um, yeah, I really wish they would have done that across all platforms. So like they have their different configurations. Like you can hit US or like EU. So whenever you go over to US, I don't know why they wouldn't just automatically make that configuration. I know it's probably a little bit more time consuming, and maybe in Giants heads it's not that big of a deal, but it drives me crazy. Yeah, thanks, Nathan. I thought I saw the same thing, and thanks for the view on that video. Appreciate it. Be honest with you, that S700 video. It was my very first ever long format video of editing. So I'd love to hear feedback on it if you guys have any. If you've taken the time to watch it, if there's something you guys thought I could have done better or been more descriptive with, or on just the editing side, I am 100% on taking some feedback. I hear you, Will T Gaming. He asked about doing a Case H Magnum MX series and a John Deere 455 series. I would love to do a MX series Magnum. Um, Obviously, those tractors are kind of near and dear to my heart. I still prefer a boxcar Magnum, but those will probably be coming out soon too. Um, there was the MX Series Magnum that was done on 22. I'd be curious if that's going to end up getting ported over. But um, the 455 seater, I'm not familiar with that one. I'll look that up real quick. Oh, okay, I see. The that would be nice. I say somebody tried to do one of those, but they did like the Great Plains, and they basically put John Deere logos and stuff on it. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that'd be a solid drill to have in game. I can't make a promise on if we'd end up doing that or not, but definitely take all suggestions and see what the team wants to work on. But definitely agree, Cater. The clamp duels do look goofy in my opinion. I'm also not sure how you'd ever get them to run square and correctly either. Go ahead and take that little $8,000. I don't know if you guys saw, but I couldn't turn down that $31,000 plowing contract, especially with AI doing all the work. And since I'm just gonna sit back here and I had to bale hay anyway, so we might as well let AI workers do it and get that passive income, right? Hi there, Farmer Groot. How are you doing today? Yeah, there's definitely clamp sour out there, and I feel like the old tractors um, was more of a thing, but at some point in time, the U.S. switched over to hub styles, and I'd be curious what the last U.S. tractor offered a hub style clamp would be. Because I still see them whenever I'm out on farms. They're usually in a pile out back somewhere. I guess probably a 4000 series Deer comes to mind. I've seen a couple of them rolling those, and maybe some old New Holland tractors, but ooh, uh, so that's Kiani asked, how long does it normally take from a mod to go from an idea to release? So it really depends on how intricate the mod is. So I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm not usually the one that does any of the actual heavy modding. I'm more of a resource for 'em. Um, and resource, and then along with these videos and everything. But I know that from whenever we've talked about doing stuff to having a mod being done, I bet it's months easily, especially in the high level detail that we attempt to create. And like I said, it all really dependent on how difficult the mod is. I want to say whenever we started the 2150 planners, that mod went on for probably, I feel like probably 6 months or better, just because the high level into your hoses and all the intricate stuff. I mean, it really truly does take a lot of work. Thanks so much for making sure we get our 5 stars on Mod Hub. Will T Gaming, appreciate it. Yeah. So I guess Diesel Power asked. Well, I guess he stated that he working in 3D CAD all his life, but Blender drives him crazy. And to be honest with you, that's kind of where I'm at too. Um, I've been around AutoCAD and everything like that, and building stuff, and I haven't taken the time and had patience to mess with Blender and stuff. That is going to be on my agenda, though. Um, I'd really like to sit down and discuss with Jason and Nico on um, how to mod and try to help them out in other ways that I can. I did see the comment about the Kloss Cougar. Um, yeah, that's the big mower. I don't know. Well, I almost feel like that's borderline something that Giants is going to end up bringing back, because I think that was one of their original mods for a long time, wasn't it? So I presume they'll get pretty in depth with their DLC stuff. Man, I feel like we got pretty good hay harvest off this field. I should have restarted my bale counter. Um, I guess the good news is I could probably go back onto the YouTube and see where it was at when I started this. Let's see here, I'm trying to go back into the video right now. Let's see here, so started with what's that? 149 bales. So 31 bales off that, I feel like it's pretty solid. Probably gonna go ahead and reset our bale counter now. Let me think here. Which one was the what's their big mower called? Their diesel power. I'm sorry, I'm not super familiar with Kloss. I guess no, gosh dang it. Let's see here. Gosh dang, what was oh, the Krone. They had the Krone self-propelled mower. My bad. That's I know which mower you're talking about now. They're diesel power. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Golly, I think was it FS15 that had the Gloss Cougar. I remember seeing that mod before because this is a pretty crazy looking mower. The water movement, what do I think of it? On the game, I like it. The splash of it, I kind of wish... it's like it's predetermined in only certain areas where it's going to work. Like, I wish on roadways, when we had puddles, it splashed up a little bit more. But aside from that, like in the puddles and stuff where it actually is determined as you're driving through and it's splashing up, I think is absolutely awesome. Hmm. They're the Cougars are prone on catching fire. I think about every single piece of equipment out there is prone to catching fire. I mean, you have so many bearings and moving pieces. I mean, things are going to get hot, and whenever you start factoring in, dried hay or soybean or corn chaff or anything like that, I mean, it's just a recipe to get hot and start a fire. I want to say in our area alone, we had probably a dozen or better fires in the area on combines this past harvest. Um, the most I can recall in a long time. Yeah, that's Will T said on the Frontier map you can get stuck in the mud when it rains. I thought I saw somebody post that on Facebook. I've not played on that map yet. The only reason why I haven't is it just kind of looks like it's a good map to start from scratch and build up on stuff. Um, I mean, some people love that. I'd rather have a farm that's almost there and then start pouring time and resources into it. But so Diesel Power asked what region we're in. We're kind of spread out. So I'm in the U.S. Some other guys are down in Brazil. I think at one point in time we had a guy over in Africa. So I feel like we've got a good mix of cultures, and even though we release a bunch of U.S. spec stuff, we are pretty diverse. Thank you, Farmer Groot. I appreciate you enjoying our S Series combine. I'm ready for it to get released. I imagine Giants is sitting in a huge backlog of mods. So, not sure whenever we're going to see it released, but hopefully it's soon. I'm having a lot of fun operating it. No, so we are not all from the U.S. Ah, Canadian, eh? One thing I learned about Canada this year, speaking to some high level support stuff, but you guys don't have very good cell service. So one of the things that with farm equipment, we're so connected now, and there's so many different aspects of it. Like for data management, all your data streaming up to whether it be John Deere Ops Center, whether it be Case Connect, PLM Connect. I know Kloss has their own. I mean, Ag Leader, anybody. We're able to put the agronomic data up in the clouds. And then a lot of them we're able to sync two machines together. That way you're able to have see where one combine's been, or even a planter, whichever. So then your section control is going to work based off the two combines. And right now all that's done based off of cell service. And from Canada, they were having some serious issues um, getting cell signal. So, oh, they're Chief Brandon or Chief Brandon. Yeah, right now we're in single player. There's plans to eventually do multiplayer. Um, we've even talked about the possibility of doing a multiplayer server. And if you're a member of Patreon and you are of a certain level package or whatever, having the ability to play with us. So, yeah, diesel power. Don't get me started on the internet too. Yeah, Starlink is a godsend, especially for not having anything. So for years here where I'm at, it was all the high end that I could get was 5 megabytes a second download, and then it was 500 kilobytes a second upload, and it was so bad to the point to where, like, if I wanted to play online with somebody, I would have to ask my wife to get off the Wi-Fi, and we don't have very good cell service here either. So she was not a fan of that because she'd basically have to sit there and watch TV, and we couldn't even stream TV at the same time because of it. So I had Starlink for about 2 years, and that helped out a lot. Not just alone being able to do this, but also helped the relationship out a whole lot. Considering she didn't hate it every single time I wanted to play video games. Um, but then here, probably a year ago, we finally got fiber optics. So I'm sitting at a gig up and a gig down, and it is a whole different worldly experience. I see that. So it's supposed to be Sheriff Braden instead. That's funny. Yeah, so streaming on Switch with Starlink did not go over very well. So we originally had plans to start doing streams and more YouTube videos and everything. Probably 2 years ago. Um, Golly, it's been longer than that. It's probably been 3 years ago, but I didn't have good enough internet, so we finally thought with Starlink everything was going to change. And then we tried doing it on Starlink, and the video quality was terrible. There was a big delay. It was kind of cutting in and out, so I just couldn't make it work. Yep, it sucked because it's and it drops satellites every 15 minutes or so. So I was playing FPS game at the time, and I was uh, a more competitive one. And that 15-second ping spike would not 15-second, but like every 15 minutes there'd be a big ping spike whenever it switched satellites on Starlink, and it either kicked me off the server or I'd end up dying from it. So while Starlink is awesome, it's definitely not perfect. Hi there, Cornfed Mafia. It's going pretty good. How about yourself? I'm gonna have to end up buying some more round bale netting. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and check on everything here. We'll go ahead and get this moved on to the next field and get it mowing. Uh, so I can't be the only one that has an internal battle of trying to play realistically and not just drive through somebody else's stuff. But all at the same token, I don't want to drive all the way around the map to get to one area. So I really do like to try to play as realistic as possible. But sometimes it's just not worth it. Hi there, I love chicken wings. How we doing? Man, probably worst time for you to show up on this Twitch though, because I am freaking starving right now. And some chicken wings sound pretty daggum killer. I don't apologize. What kind of sauce do you roll with there, Mr. Chicken Wing? You barbecue, mild? Sheriff, it kind of seems like the AI workers are hit or miss for me. Sometimes I get along with them pretty good, and then other times I can't even get them engaged at all. Man, I got a lot of hay off of this field too. I hope so too. Their corn fed on the combine getting released this coming week. Um, I mean, I've been playing with it here, I guess, for 2 weeks? And, I mean, everything's been working really, really good. So, I never had any bugs or any crashes. I think that first version, I had a bug with, it not, the fill plane was getting screwed up every once in a while. But that got fixed on that second version, so hopefully if it doesn't go, it won't take too much to get whatever fixed on it. Yeah, I'm on Sheriff. I'm on PC, so every mod and everything that I'll have on here is gonna be for PC. Uh, I guess I shouldn't say that. Are not just console specific. So, and while I'll try to use the majority of mods that come off of ModHub, at some point in time, there'll just be so many good mods out there just strictly for PC and not going through ModHub that I'll probably end up playing with some of those. But gosh dang it. Man, some Asian zing wings. I'm usually a jam and jalapeno. If it's coming from B Dubs, that's probably my go-to. I do love a little bit of sweet heat. Kiani, yep. So the reason why I didn't ted it is because if you ted it, your grass turns into hay, and then you cannot wrap it. So then your hay is sold at a reduced amount versus haylage. So with haylage, I plan on making a little bit more money. I guess I call it haylage. It's technically, I mean, it's still called silage on the game, but that's why I didn't ted it. Sheriff Braden, right now I do not have a mod list. That is probably going to be something that whenever as mods kind of start building up and I get that question more, it'll end up getting posted onto our Patreon. Which I do highly advise everybody to go check out our Patreon right now. You believe you can still join for free. So you just get a quick update on what's going on, see what's in the works on our mods. There's going to be other packages where you can get different things. I think, like I said, at some point in time we'll have a multiplayer server, and depending on what package, or we haven't really discussed exactly how we're going to do that. We'll probably create another higher tier package to where you'll be allowed to actually get to play with us. And my guess is you'll probably have some access to mods a little bit earlier. So that will be very, very exciting. So don't forget to check out that Patreon. And we also do have a Streamlabs tipping setup. So I don't like to beg for tips or anything, but any tip is greatly appreciated. It gets distributed out to the four of us, and then it allows us to have a little bit more whenever we're going through and as we are creating these mods for you guys. So every little bit does really help. We'll go ahead and do Old Coon. Thank you very much, Winchester. We are definitely glad to be streaming. So, like I was talking about previously, it was something that's been in the works for a very, very long time. So, let's go get us some more wraps. I would imagine so. The questions that would we post on Facebook for our Patreon whenever the multiplayer is up? I would reckon so. We'll see though. Like, because I would bet that the package that's going to come up with the Patreon side of it to be able to do that, and then it's going to be like I said, we still got to get that part figured out. But as far as costs and everything, but I imagine there's going to be a very limited number of spots that can do it. So, but I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and whoever's probably going to end up being on that server will probably do lives based off of that. So yeah, it'll be exciting and fun. Hello there, Tyler. How are we doing? Thank you very much for the love, Winchester. I'll definitely let the rest of the guys know of your appreciation of us. Mr. I Love Chicken Wings, it's not a surprise that B-Dubs is your go-to and that the employees get a little bit concerned if you don't show up. I do love me some B-Dubs, although I'd probably take some Wings Etc. over B-Dubs. I think their wings are a little bit bigger, but once again, this is not good because I am already hungry and man, I want some chicken wings, and the nearest place is a half hour for me to get some chicken wings. So, not exactly super convenient for me. But good deal, Tyler, that you're doing good. I hope you're enjoying Farm Sim here. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Man, we got 39 bales off of this field. Wrapping is going to be a lot of fun. So how about the John Deeres from I Love Chicken Wings? Yeah, like I said, I'm still the Case IH guy, but uh, we're gonna have a lot of deer stuff coming on. I know that. I mean, our first mod's gonna be the S700, so and it's working pretty good, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy that. But I understand why they probably didn't do it as far as a resource thing, but and like I would understand not having the ground deformation for the other farm because you know obviously you have your multiple farms under multiplayer. But I think if you're in the same farm, I wouldn't feel like ground deformation would be as incredibly taxing. But I sure do hope it's something that gets figured out in the future because I think it's a huge part of the base game right now. I think to take out a base game a selling point like that. To remove it out of multiplayer kind of sucks, but. One of the things I think would be cool for them to add on the next farm sim is like tire wear. Because like a reduction in your tire wear, you lose tread, you lose traction. Then part of your maintenance deal is looking at having to either get new tires or add tires. That's awesome there, Chicken Wing. Being able to make all the hoses. Um, or do you make the hydraulic hoses, or do you make like seed delivery hoses? Let's see here. Got a bunch of canola. Okay, good news is I can sell that in December. I want to say I'm going to have to hold on to all this silage, though. I think it peaks in June or July. So that's going to be a little bit of a hold on all this hay stuff. But I imagine the interest from the loans, because I took out loans so I could get the farm ground, is going to start taking its toll here soon. And that's pretty awesome. All those seed delivery hoses. There is a crap load. Do you guys just make it for John Deere, or do you make it for other companies as well? Okay, that's where having an issue. I need to have two headlands. I thought I really needed to have two headlands. You will. Let's see what was with this thing. 9.6. I wonder why this isn't going through. Two. Let's go try another field real quick. Just John Deere, but that's still pretty cool. There we go. Oh, he's just driving to their field's gonna fix this one. Nope, I wonder why. Now I'm back up to this. .6. There we go. Curious to see how Kinsey Manufacturing is doing as far as an increase or a decrease in stuff for their planters. Because I think, my personal opinion, I think Kinsey's headed down on their planter wise. I think they're beginning to lose dealers pretty quick, and it's not going to be very pretty. Yeah. Brant, they make quite a bit of other stuff too. They don't just make little augers. Can't can't remember how to change the radio station. I don't believe the songs that they like the super generic songs they have in base game are licensed. I believe I can actually play that and it be on YouTube. But like I said, I can't. Let's see here. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not letting me change the song. There we go. Because I imagine you guys would probably rather listen to some background music instead of just the silence of the tractor. Probably turn it down a little bit though. Hopefully that's a little bit more entertaining for everybody. I will say I was getting so freaking hungry, I had to smash me a muffin. So that's probably why I wasn't talking for a couple of minutes there. I just had to get something to eat. I do have a shop back there, chicken wings. I can't remember what brand it is. Is it Ryobi or whatever? I don't think that's right. It's orange and gray, but that's pretty cool. Man, I'm finally back over the $100,000 mark. I can't be the only one that starts getting a little bit nervous once we get under 100K. Other squad ranching, how we doing today? Yeah, that popcorn harvest is pretty different though. It's pretty cool. I would figure with the way they do production stuff, on FS25. Popcorn harvest would have been a cool thing to bring in. Be honest with you, I can't be the only one that doesn't really care about this whole supply chain stuff. Like I get it, it is cool, and it's gonna be a part of the like fabric of the game. And the guys who really want to sit there and make money and everything, they're gonna do all the production stuff. But I could care less about the production stuff. Like I'm gonna shell corn, do hay, stuff like that. The production chain stuff isn't for me. I kind of agree with you there, Diesel Power, about the production chains being more of a gimmicky for casual guys. Because I think a lot of people, they probably don't want. They see Farm Sim as a way to just sit there and drive a tractor up and down, and that's probably not really intriguing for them. And I guess I get it in that aspect of stuff, but uh, so they try to do something that where you have to build up. To me, it almost takes like a Minecraft type approach, and that game wasn't for me. And I feel like a lot of games try to emulate some of the details from it, but neither here nor there. That's just not for me. I'd really like to do probably a cattle operation at some point in time on here. But I guess I'd like to hear what kind of hardcore options you think you'd like to see there, Diesel. Oh, I 100% agree. I think that'd probably start getting a little bit hard for them, but I would love to actually make, look at seeding, more ROI stuff. Like, yeah, this might be this seed type is more expensive and it might yield you more, but is it actually going to produce enough to benefit you? And depending on which soil type is, depending on which variety of crop is going to do better there, and you know your tillage practices, your depth of your planter, how what's it's gonna do, you side dressing. Um, yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. I really hope that whenever precision farming comes out uh, for 25, it ends up being more in depth than basically just the. Which, granted, I love having the yield maps and like soil maps, um, but I sure hope that it gets a little bit more in depth. Like having fungicide. Like, why don't we have fungicide in the game yet? You know, let's focus more on crop health, and even with the technology and stuff of it being variable. I mean, with Augmenta varying the rate for fungicide based off of crop health, I feel like that'd be a great thing for the game to have instead of just see and spray. Yeah, I think with the combines, you can run faster, but if you run faster, you end up with more loss out the back. So you have to weigh the fact: do you want to get done quicker, or do you want to take your time to really make sure you get every last drop of grain? I think precision farming could have such a like limitless potential of the things that it could do. I hope it does. I'd still like to see like anhydrous become a base part of the game, or strip till like golly, actually focusing and utilizing strip till I think would be awesome. We'll never. I don't think we'll ever see it because it's gonna take way too many resources. But I think it'd be awesome. I think crop rotation will be good to bring back up to. The benefits of a no-till practice, but also getting the cons of no-till practices right. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that was what somebody's opinion of why precision farming wasn't out from the gate is because it doesn't probably not an attractive option for everybody, but yeah, set it as an option, like you just said. Like, okay, either it's going to be hard or it's going to be like you can have it on different levels, but I just think it adds a whole another in depthness and actually makes you think of what you're trying to do more so. Adding field tiling would be cool. Um, Actually taking the time to see, water sending the damage that it does and all that good stuff. I I can't believe we don't see more of an emphasis on like irrigation, like being able to put pivots and you know having actual moisture affect the crop more so. I think it does in a very very fine manner, but I mean, when do you see like a drought actually affect crop yield or anything like that? It doesn't. Problem without doing stuff like that, it almost just makes the game feel kind of like a Groundhog Day. Like, yeah, you're gonna sit there and you're working and striving towards getting bigger equipment, owning the map, stuff like that. But um, being able to emulate the exact same thing year after year after year takes away the uh, how hard it is. I think a lot of it should be all kind of gamble based. I mean, there's a lot of people that use pesticides. There's a lot of people who don't use pesticides, and that's fine. Not using pesticides, but then there's that one chance that boom, your field gets infected and you end up losing a ton of your crop due to pests. I think there being actual decision making you got to do and weighing risk on there, I think should be a bigger part of the game. And honestly, like I'm actually really glad that they brought in hail damage, but I think with hail damage, they it's too frequent. Number one, and then number two, it doesn't cause the damage that hail probably does. Like you have like little splotches in your field where okay your yield is reduced a little bit. Like no, whenever a good hail comes through, it levels your crop and you're screwed. But then that's whenever you could enter in things, you know, like crop insurance and stuff like that. Um, I think it'd be cool adding more dynamics to the game. So Giants, if you're listening, hit us up. We can get you all sorts of ideas for a more in-depth game. I'm gonna have to end up getting. What do you think? Do you think I'll be able to do my next field without having to fuel up, or am I gonna fuel up? Yeah, I agree. Um, Obviously, like I'm on the equipment side, but one of my degrees is in agronomy, so I get nerding out over stuff like that. So yeah, driving a tractor up and down is a lot of fun, but making critical decisions that are going to impact your crop, I think could be funner. I think them trying to contact the agronomy side of it might be a little bit harder. I think they might have their best time going to like a big corporation like Bayer, honestly. And considering Bayer's German, if I recall correctly, so maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But as much as we may not like them, that would be a really good resource to give them ideas. Because, like, at least with manufacturing, if you want something, you can talk to, you know, your main corporations. But in the agronomy world, I mean, it's kind of not, I don't want to say mom and pop shops, but like you'll have co ops that have agronomists and stuff like that. And you'll have companies that maybe operate in a couple different states, but you can't just go to like one or two or three big agronomists that are like worldwide. Um, it's just not like that. It's too, I don't want to say localized. So there's too many different factors to it to have one whole mass agronomy company, aside from kind of like Bayer, and that's not even their huge thing. I don't think they do a bunch of agronomic advice, they just make the products. Farming Sins, how we doing, man? And diesel power, I will never tell. Gotta keep people guessing. I can tell you, I've ran about uh, just about every brand out there besides a Dutz. Yeah, hopefully this field will actually have auto steer again. Still think it's funny that Giants AI can't figure out how to take a corner yet. I really hope the developers with Courseplay don't decide to like not continue on with their projects, because I still think the way they did the game was better than what Giants is. And yeah, on the precision side and GPS, yeah, you are correct there. Diesel power. I've been around ag my entire life, so got a family member that farms. So I grew up on their equipment. Went to college for it. Um, I've gone and worked at construction places before, and to provide like kind of the GPS side stuff for them. But there's no passion like agriculture, in my opinion. Guys, I'm kind of starting to regret my decision of doing so much hay. Hi there, driver. How is the Netherlands today? What kind of temperature are you guys rocking? Yes, Kiani. Courseplay was so awesome. It's crazy how a mod can totally change the way you play a video game, like what Courseplay does. Allow you to be able to run, multiple pieces of equipment and lay lands out and not have to worry about running a freaking grain cart the whole time. Thank you very much, Farm Sim Sammy. Yep. Luckily, we're bright and sunny here where I'm at, driver, in the U.S. I see you there, diesel power, using Deer, Trimble, Raven. Um, so I'm a big fan of Raven stuff, personally. I think what they've got coming down the pipeline is pretty awesome. Um, Trimble to me is a dying, uh, a, I don't want to say a dying company because their strength is in construction, and with the way agriculture is going, I don't see them continually putting a huge emphasis on it. I mean, we already saw it, um, like whenever I feel like in the past several years, other companies were putting emphasis on like really improving the agriculture side of their equipment, and Trimble didn't. Um, and I think they just kind of continue to fall down and just did not ever like really bring anything else to the table. They've got the XCN displays, and those things were an absolute joke in my opinion. That 2050 was a horrendous monitor. Whenever you have to run emulators of like an old FM1000, which would be a previous generation auto guidance system, to be able to run products and to be able to do things, I think it to me is absolutely inexcusable for a company. I think AGCO ended up buying them, and I think that they probably hitched their wagon to the wrong horse. I think they probably would have been better off making the investment in buying a company like Ag Leader, but that's my opinion. That Ag Open GPS for the RTK for the cellular based isn't a bad way to go. I've seen a lot of guys talk about it and kind of tinker with it, but I think with like companies like DigiFarm for your RTK, for no more than what it is, um, and how reliable it is, I think it's worth the money because it's what $850 a year for the subscription. But if you have more than like if you have 3 subscriptions, once you pay for those 3 subscriptions, up to 10 units are free. So if you're running around with 8 tractors, well, you're only paying 3 of those tractors for RTK. But I agree there, Farm Sim Sammy. Courseplay did make me really really lazy too, especially with the harvesting side. Um, what I would have really enjoyed, and I hope that Courseplay does this for 25, is like I want to be able to run the combine, and I want the grain cart to come to me. Like the only way for that grain cart to work is if everything else is running through Courseplay. But Yep, I can see why you guys are still utilizing the radio stuff. I still have some guys that operate radios. Ooh, you guys need to get updated. There's a awesome trade-in program on that Viper Pro where you can go to a Viper 4 Plus and ditch that Viper Pro. Because the problem with those Viper Pros is once they die, and it's going to die, uh, nothing on it can be repaired any longer. So you're sitting there with a ticking time bomb, and I want to say on trade-in credit, uh, you can get like 3250 on trade-in credit off of it. So you guys all look into doing that. And heck, to put a Viper 4 in where Viper Pro went, it's one adapter harness. So in and out pretty quick and easy. Man, I am not looking forward to wrapping all these bales, guys. Yeah, that's no joke. Or at least I need Courseplay to come wrap my bales for me. Yes, I do believe the plan is that we're going to bring the cedar and the liquid cart to 25. I do appreciate that they actually made these little dolly wheels function correctly on the base game. I can't wait for some more realistic trucks to come out too. Like this is fine, but I'm ready for a flatbed. That way, whenever I put pallets and stuff on it, it's not just right there. I know they got that 4500, that international they call it or whatever, but that is a great thing. Idea, Farm Sim Sammy. Uh, I'm not really the modding guy, but I think it would be pretty good um, for one of our other guys to maybe get on and talk about uh, some of the things to mod and how tos and stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty invaluable, in my opinion. But yeah, no joke with the hitch you can't actually utilize for anything. Hi there, Big Farmstead. Yeah, sometimes I get pretty skeptical about other mods on pages right now because I know either a lot of them will either be shoddy converts or be loaded with viruses. So I try to stay away from some of that. But yeah, leave it to Giants not figure out trailer hitches. Oops, forgot I had lifted it up. Yeah, that's no joke. The diesel power about it not being. If it's not German, it doesn't exist. But I will give Giants credit. I think they're at one point in time they were putting some stuff in the an office or something like that in the U.S. I wonder how that turned out, or I guess what really benefits they've seen from that, and the exact purpose. Or so I thought something like they had something set up in Chicago. I could be wrong there though. I don't know why I'm wasting my time freaking power washing right now. Makes me wonder though at how much say the U.S. division has with Giants though. Because like clearly, obviously, U.S. is not the only one. There's you got North America and you have South America. I feel like South America is probably the most oh, what's the word I want to say here? Most underappreciated out of all for farm sim. I know with some of the Brazilian mods are kind of popping up more, but that's a huge farming network down there. Yeah, but I wonder how much it actually impacts sales. Unless their biggest thing is, oh, we got somewhere so we can keep it here, like in the U.S. for tax purposes, I guess. Hmm. Is there some college football games on right now? I can't remember. Not that I think many of the people are on this here are probably paying attention to any college football in the U.S., but Dang, I think I'm gonna end up with over 200 bales. That's absolutely regrettable right now. Yeah, you're probably right on the marketing side too. But as I'm sitting here trying to think, I guess their one main video for the beginning ends up being in pretty good English, but I don't recall seeing very much marketing from Giants at all. County Line was a solid map. Um, I played that one quite a bit. To me, that was a good map for. I was doing kind of a cattle operation like that. I thought it was pretty good. I think I ended up farm sim actually on Millennial Farmers map. Um, we had planned on doing some showcases utilizing that and a couple live streams with 22, but uh, it was getting close enough to whenever 25 was going to come out. We just kind of held off. I think I did a couple live streams, but it was just kind of for us to dial things in with it. Um, and then we got really, really close on Wind Chaser. I was going to do some lives with Wind Chaser, and it didn't work out. But hey there, Crofter, how we doing? Ooh, Flint Hills from 19. That map sounds so familiar right now. I gotta look it up. Yep, that's why Flint Hills, and that's why it sounded so familiar to me. Uh, so I used to play with a group of guys on a multiplayer server, and they were all pretty local to me, and we had played on Flint Hills. That was a fun map, man. Thanks for unlocking a memory there for me, there, Diesel Power. Yes, it is 200 bales to do in the first place with the round baler is a lot. Plus, it's gonna all get wrapped, and then it's gonna have to get stacked and everything. So I ought to come out pretty good ahead on this one. And here's the really fun part: is I think I'm gonna be able to get another cutting in November. So I should get one more cutting. So I get to do this that time, and then I'll do one more time before I plant soybeans. I don't know if I'm going to do this again. But the money is going to be what makes it all worth it. And there's a good chance that I just switch over and do buy the one baler that wraps, that John Deere baler that wraps as you go. That'll save a lot of time. Man. Which, not the square baler, the round baler. I think it's the John Deere one. Yeah. The only thing that sucks with it is the biggest it goes is 125 centimeters. So while I'm reducing the work I gotta do, I'm also going to increase the bale count. Probably still worth it though. I'll say this little John Deere tractor has been quite the workhorse for me. Normally, I would have figured this tractor was going to get sold right off the bat, but it's able to handle the baler. It's able to do the wrapper for me. It's able to pull that fertilizer spreader. So it's undersized, but not so undersized that's unusable. How big was the baling job there, Farm Sim Sammy? Because really, I don't mind the baling side too much. It sucks you can't do AI for it. But whenever your guidance line works out, I don't know why it doesn't want to match up, but it's really not too bad. The only thing that really bugs the crap out of me is not being able to do the bigger bales and wrap it. I think I can. If I had the biggest bales, I could wrap them, but it would have to be with that, and that takes a lot of time, and it really sucks. I got this bale only goes to 150 centimeters. I thought about going square so I can go to 220. Because the larger the bale, the what do I want to say here? The less total amount of bales you got to do, so it's handier. Yes, base game GPS is awesome. Being able to do auto steer on a headland, uh, muy bien, muchos buenos. That was one thing. Even the base game GPS, not the base game, the GPS mod on 22 and 19, like this kicks the crap out of it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'm going to make the investment. I think the move is going to be going to a big square baler, and then that way I can get the larger bales and wrap them. Just for the simple fact that even though this John Deere baler, oops, can wrap and go, I think since you can only do 125 centimeter bales, that's some really small bales. I just don't think it's going to be worth it. I would say with the auto material converter plugin not working, which granted I'm not the modder side of this, but I would say probably why we've not seen mods coming in nearly as quick. Hey, maybe that's been done by design by giants. That way it slows down getting absolutely flooded by modders. Better pick up this little straggler here. I was changing some stations on the TV. Like I said, we got some college football going on right now, so because it has surprised me that we've not seen more mods get kicked up on the mod hub so far. I really did expect more, but once again, I know they're backlogged and they probably had a bunch of really crappy converse get sent to them that needed a bunch of work, so it just probably took a bunch of time to get through that. They probably should have taken some other marquee modders that have been around for a while and probably gave them what do I want to say here? Precedence? Or just kind of random people, in my opinion. That's not just a bias coming from custom modding. I think that's a realization from somebody who loves the game that the guys who know what they're doing should be first in line and should take priority. I do think I've got to work on figuring out the time table that's going to work for me because I think leaving it in real time, hurrying up and getting everything I need done in that singular day, um, it's not super realistic. I don't think so. Messing with time scales that way, like a big job like this, I mean, I won't be able to get everything wrapped and everything on this day, so maybe times 3 might be the way to go. And hey there, 4D modding, how are we doing today? I've personally not yet. Like I said, modding is comprised of 4 of us, and the other guys are the ones that do the modding much heavier than I do. Yeah, I know. I could set the width to like a meter or something like that, or half a meter, and be able to use auto steer. But then it's just a whole bunch of lines, and yeah. Oh, so I guess Farm's the same. I've got my width set up the same as my swather, but for whatever reason, instead of having the swath on the north end, it has it on the south end, so it messes up all my lines. So it's like a 50% shot that it's going to work out correctly if you have 2 different tractors running it. Ooh. I got some exciting news. There we may be showing a little something off on our next live. Sorry for the pause there. I'm talking with the guys, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. Gonna be pretty excited to showcase that off. It's something that's already been talked about on the stream today. A little bit about one of our mods, but I think it'll make you guys pretty happy. Ooh. Um, the going live part gets a little bit difficult because we all have full time jobs that we're working. So I really like to do 3 to 4 a week. Um, but like this past week, since I released a full video, um, I think I went a week without it because I had to release that video and I worked on it for a while. Um, I will more than likely do a another live stream tomorrow. Um, be interesting to see if I get the go ahead to show off what we've got tomorrow. Let me send a text real quick. I worked with the guys here at Custom Modding, working on stuff since 2017. I heck, I still feel weird even talking about being a part of Custom Modding. Um, I just really enjoyed Farm Simulator, and they were working on a couple projects, and I really wanted some higher level, uh, detailed stuff. So I reached out, told them what I knew, what I could get them, how they should do things, and it has been a working relationship like that for golly a lot of years now. So I think talked about doing this stream for a very long time. So I'm glad it's finally working out now, and I think we're gonna have a lot of success with it. So I am gonna go live tomorrow, guys, for sure. Uh, I don't know if you all actually want to watch me wrap all these bales and collect them, but I'll probably do more of the silage tomorrow, and I'll probably sell everything, uh, like my crops, and that's going to be kind of tomorrow's schedule. And it sounds like later on this week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Um, I'm going to, well, not I'm going to, we are going to show you a little sneak peek of something. So pay attention onto our Facebook. I think we're going to kind of tease a little bit and release it, and you guys will have a good idea what's going to end up coming on our live. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm ready to get what we're talking about in game. It kind of touches on what some of us have been complaining and what we were talking about earlier on the stream. Up, I hear you there, Kiani. I'm actually warming up some food right now. I think I started this live stream at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So I honestly didn't expect to do a 3 hour live stream, but we've had viewers, so I'm not going to leave you guys without something to watch and enjoy. So probably going to eat here, but I'll stay streaming. I'll just mute myself so you don't have to hear me chew. But yes, Farmer Sim Sammy, it will. Y'all go check out the S700 series video I did. It's got shows off all the options that the combines are going to have. And on the 790, it's only the 790 that's going to end up having that option. Other Case IH boy. Yes, I would say they're going to come, considering that was just released there on the final stretch of FS22. I'd say I'll probably be a good port over, not port over, a convert over. Better just go ahead and buy me some more bale wrap. What up there, GF Dish? GF Dish, this is definitely a kid-friendly thing. Ah, gosh dang it. I didn't realize I still had bale wrap. That made me laugh pretty hard there for some Sammy. Well, I think I'm probably gonna finish wrapping this field here, and then I'm probably gonna hop off. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to do a stream. Um, I'll probably have all the rest of the bales on the farm done because there is a crap load to do, and I know that watching a guy drive around wrapping bales is the most intriguing and entertaining thing I can provide. So, but tomorrow we'll probably get some more haylage done. Like I said, that should take us into the winter. We can get some crops sold. I can guarantee you I am not doing all this hay on ram bale again. So we'll probably be running a little bit different equipment there. Um, I'm guessing I'll probably hop on the stream about 11. Thanks for the question, GF Dish. It probably won't go as long tomorrow. Probably run until about 1. Yep, same here. But that's what we're working on. So our S700 should be released soon. We got another mod that will probably end up getting released pretty quick too. Going to be a pretty highly anticipated mod. I'm looking forward to showing that off. My guess is probably Tuesday or Wednesday is whenever we're going to show that one off. I'll do a live stream, and then once we get closer, I'll probably do another full walkthrough video on that, just like what I did on the S700. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Do you guys like the longer stream videos more so than just a quick live stream? You guys got 2 more bales to get questions in. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for sticking around on the stream. I feel like we had some pretty good conversations today. So I hope we have another good one tomorrow. So see you all then. Once again, if you could please follow our Facebook page, like and subscribe onto our Twitch, and then onto our YouTube. Go over to our Patreon. We'd appreciate it. You can currently just sign up for free to get information, and then we have packages that go from there. And always appreciate any tips you guys can throw at us. So thank